Alright, here we go with Volgarr the Viking, Stage 3 of the Path of the Valkyrie. Let's check it out. Alright, here we go. Starting off with, I think it was 6 lives. And this is part of a no-death run on the Path of the Valkyrie. Notice I didn't say no hit. I get hit many, many times in this. But thankfully I didn't die. And even the no-death run claim is not right, because I did die a good number of times on the last stage, the Yggdrasil stage, and at the final boss. So this is, stage 3, and before I say anything else, I have to give a shout out to my friend out in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, who gave me some props in his first Volgarr the Viking video. I'll provide a link in the description. Worth checking out, and I think all Volgarr players will will sympathize with his first video on this game. So great video, man, and can't wait to see more. I do hope you keep this series going. So now that I've said that, let's get back to this. So the general layout of this is pretty similar to the Path of the Crystal. A lot more of the zombies and spiders, and the layout's a little different. But all in all, pretty familiar stuff. So get up here, get more treasure. I think those, they look like walrus heads to me. I haven't looked closely at what they are, but they're worth 200 gold. And there's your Mjolnir power in the wall. Getting across here, take care of more zombies. Blue skeleton only takes 1 hit with the flame sword, so I'll just go ahead and jump over him and take him out. And these big guys, almost like a big version of you. They got a similar helm. So I like the consistency of the design in this game. Get through this indoor area. Watch out for that blue shielded skeleton that drops from the ceiling. Again, playing zoomed out will allow you to see him without being surprised by him, which is helpful. Again, I don't think it's cheating, because the more enemies you see, I feel like the more confused I get sometimes. So I think it's a really good balance. And here, just again, like my last video, which was the water stage of the Valkyrie path, you'll have to forgive me for kind of going a bit slowly. I wanted to try and get through these 6 stages without dying, or dying as little as possible, because I wanted to save them all for the last world and the final boss, since I haven't gotten through them yet. And yesterday, when I played these stages for the first time, I was surprised that I got through them my first time. And I lost a lot of lives, but I did make it all the way to World 7. And so I was telling my friends on Facebook and YouTube that I think this game, the Path of the Crystal in particular, does a really good job of training you and preparing you for this. So by the time you get to these stages, it's just really fun. I mean, it's hard to put into words. This mode, because of its limited lives, is basically like putting a quarter into an arcade machine and starting with 3 lives. I don't know if you can get more than 3 lives from the first jungle stage, but I've only been able to get 3. So when you start the Path of the Valkyrie, you have 3 lives, and you can get extra ones, and you do earn them at the end of the levels and throughout the levels as well, depending on your power-up level. So I think that's really cool. So in that sense, it's very much a true 1cc or single credit clear arcade game, and I love that. I have to say, this is the first game in probably years where I've gotten to understand these levels at such an intimate level. And even though I'm making a lot of mistakes, I could probably for the most part map out each stage on paper if asked to. It's that memorable, and from playing all these stages as many times as I have, it can't help but stick in your mind, and I think for all the best reasons. So anyway, Getting back to this, I haven't even really talked about the stage yet. I think the layout is really good. There's some interesting things, like right here, because I got hit while I had the Mjolnir. There's supposed to be a blue shielded skeleton up top, but because I got hit, I took him out. So it made this particular area a little easier. And what makes it hard is if you kind of go in kind of haphazardly and trigger that blue skeleton, because he'll come down and you'll have to face him and the red guy at the same time. And if you don't have your flame sword, that can mean trouble. So I think this is kind of cool. It's not too difficult, but it is intimidating with the spears coming out of the ceiling and having to face this guy. There's no real place to run, and you got to be careful about your jumps. Here's a lineup of skeleton, a blue, green, green, blue. So just be careful. Don't get hit by him. Then here, just cancel your jump and fall into that platform. That way you won't have to worry about jumping to the right and then back to the left. And I still haven't been able to figure out how to do these. I know you gotta... Actually, I think you have to throw a spear to the wall and then do a double jump to get up there to get that chest. But I haven't figured out how to do them on these declined slopes. So, all right. Another red guy, and then the blue ghosts coming at you, so it adds another layer of complexity to this area. I think the trick is to kind of get through this quickly, as fast as you can before you get overwhelmed by those guys. And I believe, yeah, here I do get hit, unfortunately. Yep. So jumping up, and I'm like, oh, at least I still have my shield. And then here, just like the Path of the Crystal, wait till those open and go right down. You have to do it really quickly or you're going to get hit. I think the timing is a little more specific on that one. Then this was tricky. So you see these spears coming out of the wall, and the first three don't cross the chain, but that last one does. And I think I get hit. No, well, not by the bottom one, but by the one right above it. But it crosses over those the chain, so don't fall for that trick. I thought I laughed the first time I got hit by it. Thankfully, there's a chest there and another chest coming up here towards the end of the level. So let's just take out these 6 giant spiders. Then here, like the Path of the Crystal, throw a spear into that skeleton's shield, and that'll create a moving platform for you to jump up, and that'll let you get up here and allow you to get that chest. And so now at least I have my powered up spear and metal shield, but I think I lose it in this battle. Alright, so here we go into the boss room. Again, entering from the opposite side that you did in the Path of the Crystal. And, this the battle is pretty much identical. And again, I think the boss has more hit points. And, I like these boss battles a lot. I've seen some criticism on the internet that they're a little too easy and the attack patterns are way too predictable. But, you know what, I like that. It's very reminiscent of 16-bit and 8-bit games. And, I don't think I would like it if they were too random. I think random attack patterns can be a detriment, especially for speedrunners. You could get just a bad hand, and it could end up ruining your speedrun quite a bit. So I like the fact that these, once you've mastered it and understand the patterns, you can beat them pretty easily, and you can get pretty creative in how you hit them. And I wasn't very creative at all there, and I lost my power and I almost died. So it's just funny, how things like that can happen. And yeah, so there's stage 3. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video.